No. All right. All right, ready? Okay. So who has done a theme party? Raise your hand. Okay. Awesome. Well, I am talking about, I believe there's 10, my top 10 theme parties I'm doing. And some of them are new to me, but I'm trying them out, and I got bookings from asking certain questions, and I'll help you with the verbiage for that. But we're going to go over it. Bunko, I'm just going to go over a little bit about it because we're going to play tonight, which I'm really excited about. So with Bunko, 12 players is how many you want. If you have more than that, it's fine. It's like groups of 4 you want, so 16. Now, the lowest I've ever done, and it hasn't been too confusing, is 10. Okay, and that is because sometimes it's hard to get people to come at the party and there's only 10 show up. And you still want to play because it's a really fun game, but 12 is like the best because it's an even amount of tables, and you'll see tonight we'll have more than 12, and it's totally fine. So what do you do first? You get the Bunko game, and I'll show it to you tonight. I probably should have brought it down here, but you can get it at Amazon. I usually got it from Prime. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. It has it anywhere, and it's like $15. Business expense. So you set up the invite, and let me talk about Bunko for a little bit. When I was in Texas, I was looking for something different. I was doing the basic ladies day in, which are a lot of fun, but I was looking for something that was focusing on the ladies having a great time in a game. So Texas, Bunko, I saw people playing Bunko each month. So I'm like, why don't I try to do a 31 Bunko event? And I think I saw it somewhere else, other consultants in different areas trying it out. So I was like, okay, let me try it. And that was a time where Oakley joined. I had a bunch of Bunko parties. I will say it was amazing for my business at that time in the Texas area. I looked up, I had done a stats call with Amanda Graves a while ago on creative bookings. And so then I looked at my stats for that time. I had like 4 or 5 Bunko parties. Each party, I got 3 or 4 parties booked for the same type of party. And then usually the hostess joined or someone else joined at the party. Because when you have 3 or 4 bookings, I offer it to the hostess. I'm like, look, you have your start swells all cut up for the next couple months. And the ladies are having so much fun because it's focusing on the Bunko. It's like Bunko with a side of 31. You still show 31, but it's about them having fun and playing Bunko, as you see tonight. All right, so the way I do it is I charge $10 to play. They must know that ahead of time because you do not want the ladies coming and saying, what? I have to pay? And that has still happened to me now, and I really try to enforce it, you know, say to the hostess, make sure they know it costs $10 to play. But after the fact, there's still sometimes people are like, what, $10? I don't want to play. And that's a lot of times that's older crowd, mothers and whatnot. But everyone's always played. I'm like, oh, it'll be fun. You can win. So what I do is I divide it up into 3 different gift cards. Most wins, most losses, and most Bunkos. Okay, and those, I'm not losing any money with that. It is coming from the cash that comes in. So at the end of the rounds, you play 2 to 3 rounds. Usually for a home party, I do 2 rounds. Sometimes only 1 takes. Sometimes when you roll the dice, it takes forever. And you're like, is this round over yet? So just play it by ear because you want to make sure you have time to do the 31 because that is why you're there, to show the 31. So basically what I do is we get started. You have your players. Everyone gets started like they do, and then we do Bunko, and then there's also a Bunko pink die that I have, but usually I replace it with 31 item to make it fun. I've done like those mini organizers we used to have, or bring a bottle thermal, and they throw it through the air, and the last person to get the Bunko gets the prize. Do something really cheap or something I got in my inventory. I don't go and spend a lot of money.
Wait, can you say that again? What do you do?
Well, there's usually a die, but I substitute it to make it 31 style with an item they can throw to each other when they say Bunko. Yes. So they're getting their hands on an item, and they're really excited because the last person to get Bunko gets to keep it. So they're all like fighting for, I want to be the last one. Ah, you got Bunko. So so they're looking at the item, especially if they're new. It's like, oh, what's this? And so I talk about the item before we start throwing it. So we play 2 or 3 rounds, depending on how long it takes. Then we do the winners. Woohoo! we're excited for the winners, and we tell them how much they have to spend. All right, after that is where the 31 comes in. What I usually do is because you want to get to know your crowd, the crowd that you have, because if they're all new moms, you're not really going to talk about the business bundle because they're in a different part of their life. So you talk to them, and from what the hostess has on with her wish list, I talk to her also beforehand, and from what the crowd, I display solution sets. And I've been doing this more and more with my parties, and I'll talk about it a little bit in my party script. What is in the business bundle? What is in the car bundle? Things like that. You know, all my things do not match. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to go buy a bunch of stuff that matches. It doesn't need to match. It just needs to show how it can make your life easier. So then we do that, and I make sure I reiterate what the monthly special is, because usually the winners each get a $35 gift card to spend. Well, aren't they, if they get $35 free, are they going to add the special?
Yes.
I've never had 10 to 12 people there with the gift cards and not hit over $200 in sales. That's never happened because people always get more than they won $35, they might spend $70. And then also other people are shopping afterwards. You're answering questions, or they're booking their own party to help the hostess or to get their own wish list because they had so much fun. Tonight we will be playing this, so it's a little bit confusing. I'm not even going to go into how you actually play because once you experience it, you will know how to do it. All right, bingo. Who likes bingo? All right. I also play bingo. Bingo, I usually get the little turning thing at Walmart or whatnot. They also have it at Amazon.
There's an app.
There's an app?
There's a bingo
Yeah,
app.
there's a card game too. It's like $5 on Amazon.
Have to look at
You
that.
just shuffle and then flip.
I think that.
Oh, I'm getting the
It's
card
much
game. Those
easier.
balls keep falling out.
Yeah.
They do.
It's five. I think 5 and 8.
They roll. I mean, I've had a lot of bingo parties, and that thing that. So you just turn the card? Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
In the app, you just tap it and the new ball comes up, because that's what I do bingo with our PTO, and they just have the app on an iPad and they project it on the wall. And so I just sit and
So
call.
app or card games?
I just
Awesome.
call
What's the name of the app?
Well, I usually do 6 games. It's $10 to play, but each extra card is $2. So that kind of goes towards the pot. I also try to do that most people cannot win more than twice, because if you get a really lucky person, it really does something to the morale of the group if they win 4 times. I just say they can win twice and they win, you know, or whatnot. And sometimes I give them extra goodies if they win and they don't get the gift card or whatnot. But we just play bingo. It's the same thing. I add a side of 31 after the bingo game. So the focus are the games, because you want the ladies to have fun, and you want the ladies to have so much fun they want to book a party or join.
Is that
Nicole. Somebody else is coming.
Oh, awesome. With the baby. Maybe with the baby. I remember that. All right, wine tasting. Who's done a wine tasting? Awesome. Well, I'm going to share how I do the wine tasting. All right. Before the party, ask the hostess what's her favorite type of wine, or what color, red, white, or blush. And I go to the store and pick out an affordable kind of wine and give it to the hostess. I also bring paper bags, brown paper bags, tasting score sheets, small paper cups like Dixie cups or other cups. So the hostess doesn't have to keep washing all her wine glasses, and a bottle of wine. We already said bottle of wine. Now there's tasting score sheets and everything like that is probably on Inspiring Teams, or I can upload it. I think on the retreat page, I'm going to upload some of these forms so it's easy to find, because I didn't want to print out each one.
We can throw all the files up on Google Drive and
Awesome.
share the link. That way it's all in one spot.
I really hope I
You're,
won't.
you're still in it and you're crawling across.
Seriously? I cried. That's so funny. All right, so we're going to do tasting score sheets, small paper cups, and I use a prize for the winner. The best wine gets a prize. Usually it's $5 or less. What was really awesome, we had the outlet sale a while ago. Remember that? I bought a ton of those perfect bottle thermals. I think they were $4.95, and that was a prize, and they loved it. So Now they're in the catalog, they're not $4.95, so I won't be giving that to the hostess, but if I have extra credit or whatnot. So basically, we do the tasting. Now this is very important. Sometimes when ladies drink wine, they kind of get sidetracked. So you're gonna have to like, I am really adamant. I am there. I'm not gonna be there all night. This is my job. I love it, but I'm there to tuck my kids in to be there. So I'm usually there 2 hours. I get there 10, 15 minutes before the party. I'm there 2 hours and ready to go out the door. So usually we do the wine tasting, and I start at 15 minutes after the party begins because it is a longer time. And if people come in the middle of the wine tasting, that's totally fine. They just pick it right up. So we start the wine tasting, and the best one gets the prize. After that, we go through the whole 31 spiel, and we do the solution sets and things like that according to the audience. It's very important to know who is coming, so you can specifically target. Like the other night, I had 3 teachers at my party. What do you think I was showcasing? What would you showcase for a teacher?
Fold and file.
Fold and file with a zip top utility tip. Yeah.
What do you give as your gift for the winner of the wine bottles or the wine? What do you give?
Oh, the best wine, something $5 or less usually.
Okay, so it is a kit item. It's not like a bottle of wine or.
No.
It's a 31.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 31 item usually, or a key fob or something like that.
You got at the outlet.
Sometimes I do free embroidery if I'm trying to, it just depends on what I have. I'm not going to go purposely buy a bunch of stuff.
Right.
So like approximately like $5.
Yeah. $5. And then the bottle of wine for the hostess is usually under 10. So a lot of times I go to Bedmo. I don't know if they have them out here. $9.9. I buy one for me, and then the second one is 5 cents. I don't drink the wine at the party. No. But I do. Everyone always like, do you want to taste? No, I'm not tasting. I had 15 wines one time. So I always drink the best wine just because I'm like, I have to see what the best wine, and it builds that relationship. So then we do the checkout, whatnot.
You do taste all the ones, or you only taste the best one?
The best wine. Yeah, I only taste the best wine, and that's kind of like I sit and chit chat for a few minutes before I check out, and then we go through the checkout process. And throughout this whole thing, you'll be hearing lots of different party ideas, which I'm really excited about because I love hearing what everyone else does and what makes everyone else successful. I would love for Jennifer to share some tips too throughout the discussion.
You guys on the spot.
Yeah. But she's like, oh, great. But it's only because we love you all. But what was I saying? Okay, so side of 31. I just lost my train of thought. Everyone does party differently. We do checkout. I was just going to say how I share that you're rewarding. My booking thing is rewarding the hostess. Every party book, they get a $10 credit at that party. And it's a really big deal. I say, woohoo, so-and-so's giving so-and-so free 31. And I make a joke, she'll be attending. She has free 31 coming. Because a lot of times they're worried about no one attending. Well, that person that has a gift card is going to attend. So
how much did you give? I'm sorry.
$10. And it's not redeemed unless the party hits party level and the party actually happens. So one party I had, the hostess didn't want to join, and she had like $40 in credit coming in the next few months. So she was working on her holiday shopping. All right, this was fun. I just did my first one last week, chocolate and chicks. It was for a 7-month pregnant person who was at the wine tasting I did, and she can't have wine. She loved it, but she said, she's due on Christmas. So we decided to do a chocolate tasting. Now, I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do it. I've seen other people do it, and they just bring chocolate. So originally I was going to do that, but then I started Googling, and there's also a chocolate tasting sheet. And I have the link on here where they have different sheets, but basically you tell every guest to bring a certain type of chocolate bar. They can pick white, dark, or milk, one of those big bars. So they'll have enough to share. And there's these little tasting sheets. And what they're going to do is you're going to go do the tasting like you do the wine tasting. So they do that, and then I also have a chocolate trivia game I found on a leadership page. So that was a lot of fun. The chocolate trivia game is first, and then the chocolate tasting, and then after that, you are going to do the side of 31. and then you do the checkout process. So the basic thing for these theme parties is it's a way to get new leads. It's a way to meet new people. It's a way for the people that just don't, you say, oh, how about a ladies' day? What's that? Okay, well, we get along with play king. Well, how about bunco? How about playing bunco with your friends? Which one? Most likely, the bunco will get more guests. I will tell you that the wine tasting, especially when I first started doing them, I would get RSVPs like everyone's coming to that. They want to taste wine. It's really big. Here's the thing. If they don't have to do the wine tasting, but everyone can bring a bottle of wine to enter. I had a couple of the parties I did, the winners were not wine drinkers, but they bought the favorite wine, so they won. So, so it's a lot of fun. Yes.
Sorry. You said the chocolate trivia. Is that at this link or is this the?
That's the tasting sheets. I'll put up the trivia game on the Google
Yeah,
Drive.
we'll put all the finals. Give us like a week. And we'll
But yeah, the chocolate trivia is some questions, and I just do like last time I did a nail file, a notepad for Michael's or whatnot. But they like that. It's like trivia. I mean, we eat I think 12 pounds of chocolate a year. Did you all know that? 12 pounds.
I probably eat more than that.
I can't. Is that per person?
Yes.
I could eat that in a month.
I'm pretty sure I have that statistic.
The next party is PMS. I think I saw this from Jenna a while ago. Purses, margaritas, and salsa. The hostess sets up a salsa bar. That's what my last hostess did with snacks and more, and she had different types of margaritas to share. Also, I was talking to Jenica yesterday, and she sometimes changes it to purses, mimosas, and sweets, or purses, margaritas, and sweets, which I really like. Because who doesn't like chocolate and something sweet with their drinks? So you can do either way. But PMS party, you get that invite from PMS, you're like, what the heck is a PMS party? You're going to look at it. What? Yeah, I always make sure I put in the description it is a 31 party wherever, so because I don't want them to come. I mean, I've been to parties where it didn't say anything about someone being there, and I came and they're like doing a full-fledged presentation. So make sure you put that there will, and make sure the hostess tells her guests, hey, it's awesome company, but she'll share the theme. Popcorn bar party. I just did that a few weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. Hostess sets up different types of popcorn. She had the toppings too, but you can also ask the guests to bring a topping with them. It just depends on how much work they want to do. So it's different. She had cheddar popcorn, zebra, I mean like all different kinds of popcorn. It was a lot of fun. Night owl party. I haven't tried this, but this was an idea from another executive director. Everyone comes in their pajamas and slippers. The hostess has an ice cream sundae bar, and it's between 9 and 11 at night. It's for the night owls. So that's a lot of fun. Brunch and bags. I've done this a few times. My kids are in school, so I love it when I can do parties while they're there. So I've had a few parties 10 to noon. A lot of people come. We have mimosas. They have mimosas. I usually don't drink while I'm trying to share my love of 31. They have mimosas, and then we check out, and I am done in time to pick up the kids, and I just made, usually they're $500–600 in sales. So I recommend that, especially if you have little ones that go to school and you're home. Try to book at least a couple of those daytime parties. You know, see who's out and about, see who's available. Especially now with the holidays, they will want to get their holiday shopping done ahead of time. Recipe swap. This is a new party for me. I got my first booking by asking someone in my closed group with a picture who likes to bake and cook. She set up a party. It's this week. Everyone brings recipe cards to share with their favorite recipe. And it also takes pressure off the hostess because the people are bringing the food. So that's awesome. She's going to do a holiday theme. So we're going to try to give everyone ideas of what they can do during holiday parties and events.
Does TRT still have their recipe cards up on
I'm not sure.
TRT? Because they have the cupcake toppers and the recipe cards.
I think they're seasonal, depending on.
Because
I don't think the recipes are and the
would
toppers
be
are
good.
always up.
Are you on the Chicory Cottage page? So there's a Chicory Cottage design, maybe, and she posts a ton of recipes in there.
Yeah, because I know, well, they're like just blank cards, but they're
Awesome.
31 blank cards.
Oh,
So that way when they're going through the recipe book, they're like, oh, right, I remember when she came.
that
and
is,
like
and it has,
triggers-
oh, that's
And
awesome.
you
If
can,
not,
you can definitely.
I was gonna say.
you can make them and do them as postcards.
Yeah.
And you get postcards printed. Usually, you can get 50 for $5 from Vistaprint, which is cheap.
Wow.
I would pay $5 for a party to have. That's
Yeah,
awesome idea.
yeah,
With my picture on it,
yeah.
Everything's gotta have their finger on it.
matching skirt.
Your picture, and she'll be talking about that, how important it is. Cookie exchange. This is fun during the holidays. Everyone brings cookie recipe cards and cookies to share. I've also done the cookie swap, but a lot of times it's hard to get guests. They have to cook a certain amount and swap cookies. This one, you just share cookies and you taste and you can make your own at home.
This time of the year, that'd be great because I know some people in here make a ton of cookies. Looking at Stacy, she keeps posting pictures of them.
Last Saturday, we made 188.
Holy moly!
Dozen.
Dozen.
188 dozen.
How's there even enough room?
It's a kitchen about this big.
What kind of cookies?
Every time.
Oh, you made multiple kinds?
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
got my shipment yet, so.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, she didn't mail any to us.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Maybe they're a friend of mine's family. All the women in the family always did it. Her mother started it, and she'd do it with her kids, and then her grandkids. And so they kind of got away from doing it a couple years, and they started doing it again. And I happened to be there one day, and they were talking about it, and I said, "Oh, I want to come." So me and my daughter have went for the last 2 years, and it's just amazing. It's like just girl time.
And you just divide up the cookies.
Uh-huh.
I started.
We bake them and we put them all on tables in the garage, all around the garage, so we can take pictures. You know, we have the proof we did this, and then we divide them up between the 6 of us, 7 of us.
My family does that same type of thing with applesauce.
But we do it in October because the mother, they go to Florida for the weekend, so we have to do it before she leaves. Kind of makes it the whole point of her being here.
That's really cool.
Okay, so what you're gonna do now, well, first off, before we break into a little activity, any questions about the specific parties? Because I might have talked a little bit fast because I do these a lot. So any questions about any of the parties other than Bunko, because we're gonna play that tonight?
I had one, it does refer to the bunco, but so if you, I was just crunching math, if you do end up with 10 players, that actually rounds up to about 33. Do you still round up the gift cards to 35?
I do 33.
You do 33.
Mhm.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah.
Can I add something
Yeah.
real quick? If you guys start doing theme parties, because I know not many people raise their hand saying they do, take pictures at your theme parties and create like a little lookbook to have at checkout or
That's
at
a
your
great
parties,
idea.
so that people are like, when you start mentioning like, oh, you know, we can have a PMS card, and they're like, what? You can show them like, this is what we do there. It's so much fun, and they actually have a visual to see what you're doing and how much fun everybody's having at your parties.
That's an awesome idea.
I love that.
Awesome. Yeah, these are a lot of fun, and I usually get more bookings at these type of parties than my regular parties because people have a lot more fun, or people, they're going there for the game and girl time, not necessarily for the product, but they buy anyways.
What is your average party sales for a theme party? Are they lower than a normal, like a normal?
Well, I'm working on my wine party. I had to try a few because the sales weren't high. But now I'm up to usually $500. I usually have a $500 party.
I would take that, $125 in my pocket every night.
Yeah, it was good. That's why with the wine tasting, it's really important that you stay focused and on track and that they know it's a 31 party because one of my parties, perfect example, it was my first one. And she had 15 guests at that party, which was amazing, but the sales were only 400. And everyone bought something, but they only bought so I didn't showcase the solution sets enough. So someone brought 1 or 2 bring the bottle thermals, which it adds up, and she collected like 400 orders after the party, thankfully, but just make sure you don't get focused only on the wine because it's easy to get sidetracked with that because the ladies are having a lot of fun. And make sure you bring a wine opener in case the hostess for some reason doesn't have it. Yeah, and sometimes they have really fancy ones that I don't know how to open, and you want to help the hostess, so I'm going to start bringing it just even if they have them, because I can't
That
do the
makes sense.
fancy ones. I worry about you don't want to break anyone's cork. Okay, so any other questions before we do a little activity about the specific parties? Yeah.
Bingo. You were talking about the cards and then you said it's $10 per play and extra cards are $2 and I got confused. How many cards do you start with? I missed that part. For the $10.
Oh, it's a 1 card for each game.
Okay.
And you can change that up. Like for
Yeah.
my $10, I go on Amazon and just buy the cardboard bingo cards.
The
and
reusable
I think
ones?
it was like $7. And then I give everybody 2 cards for $10.
Okay.
And so they have those 2 cards to play for all 6 rounds. If they want more, it's $2. Or if they book a party, I give them a card for free.
Yeah, I do that too.
Or if they join my team, they can have 3 extra cards.
Okay.
And that's just kind of my incentive for them.
You say that again?
If they book a party, they get 1 extra card. If they join my teams, they get 3 extra cards. So obviously they have to choose one of those before the game starts.
I'm going to, I haven't done one yet. I'm gonna start doing them monthly in November, but another thing I'm gonna do is if they bring an outside order to the party, they get an extra
Yeah.
card.
Oh,
So they're gonna ask one friend, hey,
Mhm.
will you place one order? It's just a guess, you know, you're gonna ask the hostess to also get outside orders. But have her ask the
Mhm.
guest to get 1 outside order so that they'll get an extra card too. Cause they'll go ask their mom, you know, that one person or their best friend.
Or bring a friend.
So if 10 people come and they each bring, you know, a $35 order, that's $350 in PV right there.
You just reminded me of something. Something I did that worked really well with a bingo party I hosted myself was if you bring 3 friends, you play for free. And I had like 20 people at this party, and I didn't know, 2 people got free bingo cards. And even the ones that didn't bring 3 friends, they bought 1. They were trying to get to play for free. So it was definitely worth it because their friends paid the $10. But yeah, that was really helpful. You bring 3 friends, you play for free.
But their friends pay.
Yes, they don't play, but their friends do. Just the $10 each. So they're playing for free.
You do that for bingo and bunko?
I haven't done it for Bunko, just bingo.
Which
There's
thing,
no limit on numbers. Bunko, you do.
Yeah.
which theme party do you feel you're the most successful with?
The Bunko, when I play Bunko, because I just feel like, I love the wine. It's between the Bunko and the wine tasting.
Which one do you get the most PV? Not fun, PV.
Oh, not fun? Bunko.
I get bookings from bingo. Like I had 19 people and I think I had 9 or 10 bookings.
Yeah.
Bingo
Wow.
is huge for booking.
Here's the cool thing about Bunko. Bunko is very popular over by Cindy on the West
Mhm.
Coast. But those of us over here, we don't really, not many people even know what Bunko is. So if you can bring that, get your
Yeah.
first party and have a good group, they're gonna have so much fun. And you're the only person
Yes.
in the area that's offering this. It's gonna be so much easier.
That's
to
when
get
I
bookings.
started in Texas. No one was, no one in my area. I'd seen someone else, I think it was on the West Coast doing it. And I started it in my area. And so I was the consultant that offered Bunko. So that's why I had so much success the first month I started, because no one ever, we can have a 31 party and play Bunko? And you're not going to do a long presentation? It's awesome. So yeah, this is a great opportunity. So tonight, please feel free to ask any questions that you have. I'm here to help. Sometimes people play differently. So I don't know, if people do know how to play Bunko.
Bring any proof instructions. We'll put them up.
That's fine. Just being here and we can put it up. It's not a big deal.
And you can Google it. 'cause
You
it's
can
like
Google
words
it, but reading the instructions does not help for me. You have to play it
I'm
and
gonna
see
do
it.
this party, but I hope to God
I
someone
watched a
else will play
YouTube
because I'm so
video.
confused.
I watched YouTube videos and it was so.
Yeah, so this will give you real experience because you have to roll the dice. But I'm saying some people play it differently. I'm teaching the one that's actually on because I was asking Jenica. She found the rules. I'm like, that's how I play it. But some people add So if you have someone that plays bunco, make sure you ask your friends if they already are accustomed, how do they play? Because sometimes I get there and they're like, oh, we play it this way, oh, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So that's just a tidbit of information. So what I want you to do now is find a couple partners, and you're gonna start making a list for hopefully your Facebook or your list of 62 or something. You're gonna find people that like wine. Look through your Facebook friends. I know I post pictures of wine. So you're gonna find people that like wine.
My 31 friends.
That are 31. And then you're gonna find someone, a few people that you see posting sweets or like chocolate. And then people that love margaritas, you're gonna find them. So basically you want to find a list of people. I want you to think of these parties and think of 10 names here today. 10 names for each. Yeah.
No, just 10.
So if you have your list of 62, now would be a good time to pull it out, because then you can put W for wine, C for.
And I want you to talk with each other and brainstorm with each other. Who can you ask? I got my wine tastings from friends that never would host a 31 party for me by messaging them saying, I would love to try something new. This is what we do. Would you be willing? I would give you a bottle of wine for you. It'd be easy for you to just have some snacks. And I got some people that never would host for me because they love wine.
And one thing that you can do is like on your Facebook profile, just post something like, what's your favorite wine? And you're gonna have so many women commenting, and they're already wine drinkers if they have a favorite wine. So then you can go off that list to reach out.
Yeah, that'd be good. What time is it?
And that's not a sales thing, so you can post that on your profile.
Yes.
2 minutes to 9.
Sometime today, ask who likes wine. But yeah, look at your list. And
Wait a little bit, before bunco, we'll ask them to post
Okay,
that. How about that?
awesome.
Because that's 7 o'clock at night.
That's wine.
You can ask, what's your favorite gummy?
Oh, that's a good one too.
Where are my bingo?
Bingo.
My bingo. By the two bingo ladies.
I'm looking to host a party in my area, which I'm trying to do research. Sometimes I post it on a local moms group. Which do you love more, bunco or bingo? And then this doesn't relate to that, but this is just something I did that got me some orders and potential orders. Who likes to wrap gifts? It was nothing about selling it. And then I said, who loves to wrap? Who hates to wrap? Who buys those $5 gift bags? And what did I market to them?
Wrapping party.
Yeah. The timeless memory pouches too. Yeah.
Right before Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring the wrapping paper.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Wrapping paper, you bring the gifts.
Yeah.
I'll bring some white gifts too. There you go.
What, you have a
Pre-order. I haven't done it, but you could.
What are we
So
doing?
you have people bring some
Christmas
of
what?
their Christmas presents. They don't necessarily have to be 31, but you just have like a wrapping party.
Yeah, that's
It's an
another good
excuse- any
theme party.
excuse
Yeah.
that you can come up with to get women together. You can put a party in there.
But yeah, they sell the timeless pouches or whatever, the Santa or whatever, and they're like $5 for that or $5 for this.
Yeah.
It's an easy choice. And I hate wrapping. Some people love it. And I did have a bunch of people love it, but I had a lot of
I hate
people comment that didn't love it. So. All right, so we'll do this for 5 or 10 minutes, list of 10 names. And beside each name, think about, I want to see wine, bunco, bingo, which one can you approach them with? Talk to each other.
Do you want this off? Does she want this off?
I think she just wants it running. Hi.
Do you want this off? Heather.
No,
You're out of your comfort zone, honest.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I
Sorry
think
to
if I
flub on
had
this one, you're just gonna have to talk to
verbiage to
people.
start the conversation, I'd be okay.
We're gonna get that. I heard it's Bree told me we're getting.
Yeah, and there's verbiage, and Darcy had really good verbiage. How many parties did you book? 3. She did the booking blitz, and we had sample verbiage, and she adjusted it, and she booked 3 parties, 3 new wine parties.
I did my message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So one, I would look for some sort of environmental attraction, or they're gonna be coming up with
I'm like, yeah, there's sites, I don't know.
I was like, no, realistically, she'll get like
I was gonna say, are you just? Okay, I don't know like what their pay is for what's really kind of hard to
have
because we don't. There's databases
Cool,
that has
right?
all sorts of events depending on your state, whatever for us to move out there. So, but I was being extra vigilant, if your local newspaper, keep your eyes out on events, calendar of events. Your local news station will have a calendar of events on it. We have to be like Catholic churches, women's auxiliary, they're gonna know that they're gonna be having a cocktail more than like.
I don't know
that they may not allow direct sales,
Yeah.
but some will.
Okay.
So you're trying wine party. You gonna try any of these things out?
Yeah.
I've been watching
wine.
but I never really went through it.
Okay. Did you want
And
to
I've
see?
done Bunko.
You done Bunko?
I do it in the like commercial break.
Oh, yeah.
I found it strong by the product.
Awesome.
I know at first there was.
Yeah, we're trying, I've been
area, and I know
researching.
at first they were like, bingo.
Awesome. Like a
And
group.
then now
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
okay, he's there, I'm there,
But yeah, this is her
Jennifer
work.
Gales
She
was there last
chooses
year.
about the wine tasting. So
Sensi and all
Darcy,
that are
yeah.
now. So it's really kind of 50-50 now, because there's only so many.
yeah, and I can post the verbiage. There's also some verbiage
So a
from
lot of
Booking
times they
Blitz
welcome
that was
Like,
posted on these, or the creative booking
But I offer
online
lots of
events.
solutions for
that I
your
posted.
fellow vendors. You know, I have storage solutions for crocheters and as well as, you know, methods
need a
and
baby.
other gift options that will help.
But I don't want to be.
You know what I mean? Like you can kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Or the week or two.
Almost 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, so anyways, we gotta get new dances together.
Yeah.
Because
I've pulled before.
It's not-
That party is on Friday. I've done it
So-
before, because remember when we did that, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out
And
with
Kate Thanksgiving.
Oh, so do they still have that?
I don't know if it's true, but I don't see if they do it.
I don't know anything.
And right. You have
I'm like, and Jennifer,
I actually do.
I haven't figured that out yet.
Right.
And so it's really easy to grade out. So I.
So I had to just figure out how to approach it.
Right. And I think
Yes,
it's really
exactly.
easy, and I'm not saying that it's not yours. But I think
Like,
it's really easy for other women.
That's why I'm
to
creating my picture on business cards
I
too,
have-
would be my catalog. It's like, once I have a picture, it's
And neither one of us-
the magnets for telling her I need to order a couple of Heather's, which she's talking about.
And we're like, we were the ones.
I'm out of
saying the
magnets, but
word
every
to try
hostess's house I go to, I see that.
So we would be on the phone, or we just went talking.
And repeat customers. Yeah, that's why I need to order. I just haven't gotten it.
Drywall.
That was awesome.
One of my many.
It's good because people want it. I mean, you want it. I mean, that magnet really. People put it in. I've gotten repeat customers because they have a magnet. I mean, I don't have a vendor show. I met them once, but they order a few times a year. And I know it must be the magnet because I mean, who keeps your order now?
Sometimes it comes across.
So is yours just like a big
You might be
It got designed, someone designed it years ago. My picture on it is pink, purple, color.
What if you?
Yeah, I had one in my bag. Let me get it.
Allie might be a good resource for you to talk to. Maybe talk to the dance teacher or the studio owner about doing a fundraiser for the girls.
Want to see how this.
Oh, okay.
I did know that.
CTO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't join it. Even if you don't let me go.
I'm not part of the PTO, but I'm friends with the president, so, I mean, I would say again before I really meet her. But I do PTO bingo.
People that are having jamboree parties, like all the time, and I keep winning retail stuff.
Yeah.
I can't. Settings, I think.